Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Dundersnuff, Doc Rose, Misfit, Zen. What's going on, guys? I'm just gonna jump in and paint. What we're doing. All right, this is the last mini I have to do with these silver highlights. So we're gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the next color. Know what the next color is yet? No, I don't. Yep, more Emperor's Children. That's all it is. All Emperor's Children all the time. You guys are having a good morning this morning. Hey, Mydraw, what's going on? Not to brag, but yesterday I was at the gym, and if you guys don't know, I started going to the gym regularly this year. It's like something my wife and I started doing because we have a like a gym close to us, so we figured we'd start trying to get extra healthy or whatever, and so started going 3 days a week, and I've been going 3 days a week consistently this whole year. And yesterday I was at the gym, and I'm like, man, like there's like 2 or 3 other exercises that I'd want to do, but I really don't want to be here any longer than I already am in the morning, because my mornings are busy enough as they are. So I decided just to go 2 more days a week. So yeah, so I normally go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I just decided to go this morning, and I just came up with a couple extra exercises to do. So that's what I did, and I'm kind of proud of myself for going. I'm a little sore. I know I'm going to be really sore tomorrow, but I'm going to go back to the gym tomorrow and just keep it up. So pretty happy about that. Misfit 23, what's going on? We got all kinds of misfits hanging out. Debating pick up a bunch of towel from a guy on FLGS Discord. Yeah, I'm trying to be the swole dad. Yeah, we'll see. The sore dad. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. Very true. This chat last night. Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you go watch the Blood Bowl Super Bowl, Dunder Snuff? It was all right. We had fun. But I was wondering where you were. I think everybody in our Patreon hangout uh, just like saves up these ridiculous stories to the week, and we just spend our like 2 or 3 hours just sharing these absolutely absurd stories about people that we see or things that happen to us or whatever through the week. So it's a good time to do that. He won. Oh yay! Congrats. Thundersnuff is the wife of the Blood Bowl League Super Bowl champion, Super Bowler. I don't know what do they call the team that wins that. Butterscorch, welcome in. Back's acting up, Misfit. That's too bad. That sucks. I understand. I get it. The next week. Oh, lame. Okay. Well, he could be former Super Bowl championship who played the halftime show. Don't start that. The Brits don't know what halftime is, so they never invented halftime for the for Blood Bowl. Yeah, it's an Eldar making fun of humans. Yeah, it's an elf. Oh man, that's too funny. Enjoying the Thousand Suns video. Oh, thank you, Misfit. I appreciate it. Hey, if you got any suggestions or feedback, you know, I am more than happy to receive some. Yeah, I'm trying to get them out every Monday for Patreon members, and then every Tuesday for everybody else for like full release. I'm debating whether I should just do a video on Black Shields. Since there won't be, I don't think there's going to be monthly PDF rules coming out for much longer, so should I just take advantage and talk about those while the iron's hot, or just continue on with what I'm doing? Halftime, unlike you Yankees, we actually play a full half before rather than stopping every 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, if you talk about soccer, like, yeah, you run a lot in that sport, so it's fair. As a holiday treat to us all, make a video about the Okay, get out, Sin. Someone time him out. More of a rugby fan? Yeah, okay, rugby's legit. You don't have mod to do that. Do it anyway. Override the controls. Hack the system. Hack the planet. Yeah. You just gotta say you're in when you successfully have hacked whatever it is you're trying to hack. What video I have planned for April Fool's Day? Man, I hate. You know, I gotta be honest, completely honest. April Fool's Day is my most hated day of the year. I despise April Fool's Day because I am that boring of a person. Yeah. Absolutely hate it. Posted your Praetor. Oh, cool. I'll go look at him in just a minute. Butterscorch. Guys, go check out Butterscorch's Praetor they posted in finished projects. Practical jokes, because they're essentially just bullying for an audience. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I just hate having to plan my day around, like, nothing is real, everything's fake. You can't believe anything anybody says. Like, that's hard enough to do on a normal basis. You know, especially with the internet, but it gets so annoying. Okay, we got all that. If April Fool's happens to fall on a day I would normally release a video, and I end up releasing a video, I will not be participating in April Fools. So yeah, there are new Horus Heresy rules popped up today. It's the Black Shield rules. Not Black Shields, no, it's the Shattered Legions. We already had Black Shield rules. Black Shields are a different thing. It's Shattered Legions rules. It's a Wednesday next year. Okay, good. So I don't have to worry about that. I'm just not going to stream that day, regardless of what's going on. Can't trust you guys. It is a small PDF. I mean, it's. I think it's pretty good, honestly. The Shattered Legion rules. I think they do exactly what they need to do. I don't think, like, Shattered Legions were never a, like, supposed to have a bunch of unique units, but I definitely think it's better than the second edition rules. So, yeah, they're really cool. You basically pick 2 or 3 legions, and you get, like, minor rules for your whole army based on those legions. So you're not, yeah, the second edition rules for Black Shields are wild. Like, you could have whoever you wanted in your army, but you would, like, depending on how the minis are painted, depended on, or determine the rules that they would get. And however many members are in each squad at any given time. And so you would have to, like, selectively kill off certain members of the squad to change the rules for the squad. And every legion had, like, major and minor rules they would get if they were, like, the majority of a squad or the second largest number of the squad. And, so it was like 18 different rules, but there were 2 different rules for each of them. So it's 36 different rules that you had to memorize for each squad. And they were wild. Like, the amount of bookkeeping that went into the Shattered Legion rules were insane. So these ones are great. You just pick 2 or 3 legions. If you pick 2, then you get, like, the Shattered Legion rule that they have, like, their own Rite of War rule, but otherwise you get the 3 legion rules, and they all affect different things, and it's great, and that's it. It's really easy. They also seem really fun. A lot of cool, like, combos and stuff in there. Okay, we finished the silver after how many days? Way too many days. Practical jokes are great when most people fail, or just jerks? Yeah, okay. You bet something the stream can hold up? Yeah, I wouldn't bet for the stream to hold up. Who knows? It will. I'm glad some people have faith in the whatever it is. Amazon, apparently, or something. Okay, we are going to go through. We're just going to make sure that we have our black all sorted. Guy looks like he is. You figure out? No, I never figured out what happened. That's impossible. It wasn't my internet. So I assume it was some kind of thing with the whole Amazon Web Services. You know, they switched to AI with something with their servers, and now they're all just crashing all the time. I'm going to highlight this right now. I'm just touching up with the satin black, so just finding spots to touch up. But I will highlight with probably dark neutral gray. It's probably going to be my color of choice. Did you use the wrong sanctified oil for the machine? No, it was Amazon that used the wrong sanctified oil. They're the ones using the machine spirits here. Okay. You're painting Emperor's Children, we should be painting Thousand Suns. I agree. I should be painting Thousand Suns right now. I think the next things I'm going to paint for my Thousand Suns, I'm going to paint a Centurion that I have, and then I'm going to paint a bunch of extra equipment, like magnetized equipment. I want to paint some heavy weapons, I want to paint some dreadnought weapons, stuff like that. So I think that's my next goal for Thousand Suns. Favorite Gundam suit, yeah. LGS got Gundam stuff from one distributor so far, and it's only 6 booster boxes. Oh no. Or the box are going immediately to the event. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Happy with the... Oh yeah, I gotta check out your Praetor. Is he? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, Death Guard Praetor. And he's got the big sensor flail. That's really cool. That's really cool. It's my LGS about it, and they sell it regularly. The other said they didn't jump Gundam Hype Train. Huh. I don't know. That's what happens when a card game comes out, right? It's always like like really scarce. They get all kinds of hype, and then it's sold out, so no one new can get into it, and the hype dies down, the game dies within like a year. Not that I'm saying that'll happen to Gundam. I want to stick around because Zen seems to really like it, so... I see, as that game dies, the value for those cards will probably go up a lot. Maybe. At least with it being like an established IP and stuff. Star Wars Unlimited? Hope it doesn't go to the same. Yeah. So last year became one of my favorite. Also, oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I don't get into card games or anything. My son likes to have cards. He doesn't play card games, but he's been enjoying the Star Wars Unlimited cards. So I'll pick him up a pack every couple times I go to the store. Trailer for the next one will be released? Okay. Don't know what that is. Talking about things I don't understand. Brace Merrill's the Gundam guy. He's just gonna steer every conversation to Gundam. Tell me, man, you gotta get a t-shirt made. Hey, Groovy, what's up? Battletech Night. I think I'll swing by and check it out. Want to learn the rules of the games. Nice. Like to try the 40k RPG. Nice. Yeah. Good Gundam color scheme to paint your Battletech. Isn't Battletech just like Gundam, but like a little more like grounded? Okay, just the touch-ups on this black right now. All we're really worried about. There's a couple spots I know of that I consistently would grab with wrong colors on accident, so make sure I get those. Kinda. Okay. Guru guy writes the rules and source books for the RPG. Oh, cool. All right. Just did a Space Wolves book. Sounds embarrassing. Who don't want to roleplay as Space Wolves? A lot of Space Wolf people. I apparently have the energy in real life also that when people see me, they're like, man, I really want to play Space Wolves. It's getting out of hand. I played a gentleman in Heresy the other night. Incredible time, super fun, really nice guy. Definitely be playing against him in the future. Like, we'll meet up and play. But He saw my arm and he's like, man, he's like, I just need to collect a Space Wolf army now. I was like, all right, okay. And was more grounded if you remove Gundams and leave the rest of the mecha. Okay. I have seen a total of one Gundam series, and it was like a one-season show, and it was okay. Wasn't my thing. I hope the person writing that source book for Space Wolves just has utter contempt for them. And it shows in the writing. Cursed Brethren into battle. Yeah, they do. Gundam Wing was pretty grounded. Called Gundam Seed, I think, was very down to earth. Okay. Space Vikings and Gepime are too much wolf. Yeah, they are too much wolf. The newer stuff that came out with 10th edition was much less wolf, and it was kind of nice. Yeah, Space Wolves with the new Chaos Marauder minis. Yeah, those Chaos Marauder minis have better Space Wolf heads than any of the Space Wolf kits I've ever seen. Before I get to the actual highlight on this black, I need to start with some other colors here. Don't know what I'm going to do with that thing. What green is that? This green was it was faded green. It was this color. And then I put some Plague Bear flesh over it. I diluted some Plague Bear flesh and put it over it, just to give it kind of a more vibrant green tone to it. I'll be working on that a little more as we go. I just got stuck in a 3-day mess working on highlighting silver. Yeah, Plague Bear Flesh Contrast. Okay, 4 more here. I watched. That was the one I watched, right, Zen? That was the series I watched. It was like in the jungle and stuff. Just one season. That was the Gundam I watched. Yeah, yeah. Child soldiers. Okay. Mistake I made on this guy. It's behind the ear. Not flesh, it was just more helmet. There we go. Bejeweled leather cover for his pistol. That's just skin. I don't know if you call that leather. It's been out of the sun, yeah. That's true, yeah. Yeah, if it's just in the sun, it'll turn to leather. But it's also like covering all of the important parts of his pistol. However, these pistols, I've noticed, don't have any way to eject the bolt casings or anything. So maybe they just have crazy warp pistols, or whoever designed this had never seen a gun in their life. Okay, one more on this touch-up. We don't get many guns over here. That's fair. Okay. See, like there's no place for the round to eject the shell casing. Huh. The flesh is the ammo? Yeah, just caseless ammo. Focus second time. Oh, do you hobby in the basement? Oh, okay, sorry. Didn't see a question before. I don't have a basement. My house is a bi-level. So the downstairs is partially underground. But you could consider it a basement, but it's only about halfway. But it is the lower level of my house. They're gyrojet guns? Okay. The old artwork as the magazine bolters right under the barrels. Yeah, yep. That's great stuff, isn't it? Given this one Discord for Gundam game, ask people what they want to see, how many packs they want to play with. You're gonna bring your own resource called. All of a sudden, one of the other store event runners posting asking the same questions. Oh, look at you setting the example. Is Mydrall trying to ask if I'm a basement dweller? Oh man, I'm sore. Alright. Doesn't matter. Push through. Let's get brush. We need to get some plasma guns. There's one. I got 4 of them. Work from home office is downstairs. Radon detector, surprising. I need to vent my basement. Just EPA recommendations. Oh, interesting. Okay. Just need to like air out your basement, or is there something specific you need to do? Yeah, Zendral's the Gundam guy. Yeah, I have like windows and stuff in the lower levels, so I have a window right above my desk. It's right behind my desk. Here. There's a first coat. Seeps from the ground naturally. Okay, okay. Interesting. A pump to pump it outside. Huh. That's wild. Alright. Well, let's get the big gun first, and we'll do the little ones. Is it a big problem in our state? I believe it. Just all the nuclear waste disposal. Pink on the BQ looks great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Trying. I've never painted Emperor's Children before, so trying to make something work here. Plasma pistols, got 2 of them. The question is, what color does the plasma become? I was thinking green. I kind of want to do pink, but there's a lot of pink on them, but more pink isn't necessarily a bad thing. Latency check. You there? You there, Blue? You're not half an hour behind? Orange, man, orange would be cool. I think orange would be too much, like in a weird direction for these minis, though. A lot of snow in 20 minutes, yeah. Okay. Initial white on the plasma. That's good. We will come back and do a second coat. Okay, only about 30 seconds. Alright, good, good, good. On the helmet, shoulders, and chest is going to pink. They're different per mini. So I made sure I did the right shoulder and the front of the helmet if they had it. And then I picked one other significant part of the mini. So some of them it's like the backpack, like this guy it's his leg. I have some of them that's their chest. This guy it's his chest. So I didn't want to overdo it with the pink. I wanted them to still have lots of black on them. So I tried to make it something to break it up and everybody's got something different, but it's Slaanesh, nothing's too much. That's true. That is true. Okay. Before we get to the next thing, I'm gonna grab, what color do I want? We're gonna do light umber. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I'm not dunking the minis in color shift paint. Okay? Just because someone said you can't overdo it with Slaanesh minis. So yes, you can overdo it with minis. And that's the hill I die on. Alright? Color shift would look great on them. No, not some. We need to dunk them. We gotta dip the minis in color shift paint. It's the only way. Undiluted. No thinners. Just color shift. Color shift leopard print. Yeah. All the mold lines. Yeah. It's called detail. With enough paint, there are no mold lines. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Leopard print demonettes and call them cougars. You can absolutely do that, Dundersnuff. The excess is so much that their actual skin is leopard print. This belt, then I'm going to real quick get coat of white on these minis. Hey, Isadora, how you doing? Just be a whiz with a rattle can. That's true. Yeah, maybe just be a whiz with a rattle can, and you're all set. I paint. I paint enough terrain with rattle cans. I feel like I'm a bit of a whiz. But I also don't go around telling people I'm a whiz with a rattle can. So. The old rattle can TPD, yeah, that's what they call me. The rattle can dad. Yep, you are Zen. Okay, back to the belts. Oh. Electronics chain store in New York City called the Wiz. They were wizards with electronics. Oh man, I bet the boomers ate that up. Made about children who explored science facts. It's called the Whiz Kids. Getting all these belts. guys have pouches. Yeah, we're going to see what the difference is between painting these 20 models and 12 models. The 12 have more detail going on them. They have less skin, so I mean that's a whole other color that we don't have to deal with. I think there's one or two of them have like skin on their over their armor for the Noise Marines. Eight is 12 minus, or 20 minus 12. Yes, yes. Good demonettes. You can't get over the cougar thing? Okay, alright. At work, you forgot your headphones. Ah, oh, lame. Hey, just gotta put the stream on full blast in the break room.
It's clean. It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Oh, dang. Absolutely. Take a drink and stretch here in a minute. This one guy. Get some high quality H2O. Yeah, no headphones and he redeems the sound alert. Give the man a break. Alright, drink and stretch time. Oh yeah. Necessary. Yeah, I did turn it into like a hydrate and a stretch, but it does make sound, so. It would be funny if Isidore doesn't have his headphones and he plays a no talking redemption. It's like, if I can't hear, no one can. Just. That guy. I think I'm getting a bit of an itch to collect some minis, some new minis. I had this idea in my head for like a week or so. It won't go away, and I feel like I need to do it. But that open Drukhari? No, I don't. I don't want the open Drukhari box. There's nothing in that box that I don't already have. That's the old Combat Patrol, right? Isn't that what you sent me? No, it's the new one. Oh, I have hardly anything from that box. Okay, never mind. That's pretty solid. But no, I've been thinking painting some old world minis. No Mechanicum army, but I was talking about my idea the other day about painting an Empire of Man army, and how fun it would be with, like, most people when they paint an army for that faction, they paint them from one, like, state. And whenever you read books about them, it's always like a united, like, all the states are contributing troops into a single army, and then, you know, maybe the count, like, who is like, wherever the battle's happening, like, they might have, like, authority over the total army, but it's always like, you know, multiple states sending their troops. And Empire is a very colorful faction. I thought it would be really fun to make up different regiments, and then and actually, like, name them and everything, and you know, I can have, like, the Nuln artillery, like cannon battery, and I can do you know, the Talabecland halberdiers, and that would be like the core of the army is the halberdiers, and they're from Talabecland, and you just do all kinds of stuff like that. So you get an excuse to paint tons of minis and tons of different colors, and you make their banners, like, themed to the state they're from and everything, and so you just have, like, all the different stuff like that. I think would be really cool. Cultured American. Hold on. I will read your totally factual statement here in just a second. Cultured American said, I read scientists tried to cross a cheetah and a crab gene together. That's going to go sideways very fast. Yep. Because crabs move sideways. And cheetahs are fast. Yeah, anyway, that's my fun idea. All right. Four more. We're on to the next color. I'll actually do some more white. Base coats here will do their eyes. Maybe we can get the inner armor pieces, like the inner joint pieces. 2 more on this color. Okay. Use this white paint while we got it. I think we do the eye glow green, right? That has to be green. I feel like that's the only appropriate color on these. Oh, I should show you guys what I did with this terrain. Talking about this in the Patreon Hangout, something I was working on last night, but I magnetized some of the terrain I have that Zen just printed for me. It's let me see. So some of this terrain, it's kind of big to see just because, but it's a stairway. And I put magnets on these, and it's 4 of these big, like, let's see here, 4 of these big, like, stairway pieces. And they all fit together. And they have different designs on the top and everything, but I have these walls here. And their upper walls. So these kind of lock together, and then the walls will sit up here, and they'll kind of sit up and kind of shows some. I don't know. I haven't put the whole thing together yet. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon just to check it out. I'll put a fell blade on it and show you guys how big this terrain actually is. But pretty cool. And then the actual stair piece is locked together. There's like a little locking system, show you guys here. I glued them into one of these, so each one of these I glued in a piece, but it's like a base stone piece. So then I can set two of these down, and then I set the other two on either side, and then just put the walls on top. And there's a middle plate, and there are two choices for middle plate that Zen printed me. There's either this cool snake design here that I'll paint, but it's like a flat surface, so you can move like armor across it and everything. Or there is this fountain, and the fountain has some ruins and stuff messed up with it, some damage. But there's this cool fountain piece that can also go in the middle that I think I'm going to spend some time messing with and kind of decorating and everything, and finding a way to put more plants on it to make it look extra fancy. But that's the big piece of terrain. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet when it's all put together, so it takes up a large footprint. Your Nebula Colossus? Okay, well, let's see it. Oh, did you... Wait, you just have like downloadable images on there. You post the photos up like in the... You post them in the Discord. I can take a look at them today. Or during stream. We have white on our palettes. We're just getting the eyes on these guys real quick. So I'm excited for this whole terrain project going, having this huge board. I think it's close to the point to where there's a cover a 6x4 reasonably, but it'd be nice to have a bigger one. Play a big apocalypse game. Putting his bets apparently for how long until I start collecting Slash demons. Oh, okay. You have like all the demons so far except Slaanesh. Yeah, he knows you, doesn't he? 250 minutes. Yeah, pictures might be too powerful. You should be able to lower the resolution of them a little bit, but Discord is lame like that. Okay, so what do we highlight next? I think Save those for last. Let's do the inner joints. That's what we said. So we're gonna take some warm gray. We can just do neutral gray. Have quite a bit of like inner armor. Like their armor is a lot more stripped down compared to normal power armor. And you know what? Something I have to do before I do this. I get all these cables, so I gotta get out this other color. Let's try this again. These cables going from the back to the chest. Okay, I believe that's it. Cabling. So let's go through. Let's get the cabling on all these guys. I think all of them have something, just some of them have a bit more. Cabling underneath, but his is on the upper part of his chest plate. Okay. Use to highlight the black armor. I'm going to use dark neutral gray. That's going to be my highlight color, I think. Which is actually the color I'm using right now. It's just I'll be using it as the highlight for the black. We'll do a quick highlight on the black, just one like edge highlight layer. Okay, he's just one. I'm not sure how they're being based yet. I did message the client, and they're not gotten back to me yet, so. Those two cables. That's it for you. I see he's got cables on his head. Pretty. Thank you, Dundersnuff. Appreciate it. You fixed the post. Okay, I'll take a look here in a minute. They're pretty fun models to paint. I think if I had my own army of these, I think it'd be nice to like not be on like a time crunch to paint these. Wouldn't really take your time and just kind of enjoy the process. But yeah, they're not bad minis. Black and pink is a great combo. So it's, you know, kind of it's good. I'm liking it. I painted the Lord Exultant a couple months ago and gave it away. That was fun. That mini took a little while, but it was cool. I think we did black armor. We did like a green cape on him. It was really cool. This guy, will go check out Grooby's Thursday posted. Painting the tubes. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that big old Eldar Titan. Nice. The bright colors in that are wild. Really cool stuff. I like the shade of gold that you used. Yeah, and the blues and the purples are just great color palette on there. And the base is extra weird, of course. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, you're talking about Grooby. Okay, yeah. Grooby's mini is incredible. So that's fair. back through and highlight all this gray. Once we're done with this dark gray here. Do we know what kind of... Anybody here play Emperor's Children? What kind of army list you looking at? How many of these basic infantry squads are you taking? This guy that never stuck to his holder. You're always the problem. Base is laser cut and engraved. Nice. Base on Empire bases. Nice, okay. Oh, that's really cool. Doesn't seem like you're reselling the bases or anything, so that's good to give you permission.
I just hope that someday someone would love me.
Okay. I think we have all the tubes. I think we can start highlighting. Back to our neutral gray. Back through the group. Base screen, Craft World Eldar. I use Holomatic Spectral Chrome, Wallclad 2. Okay. Well, very nice. It's great. It's a great color scheme. It's so vibrant. Wow. It's like we do so many like minor steps on these minis. Flotsam, what's going on? Laser weapon, the prism cannons or prismatic cannons. Okay. There's two different weapons. DK Energy's blue, Wraith Energies are magenta, and Plasma's bright orange. Okay. And then the green is the prism and prismatic stuff. Makes sense. Just for started green or red. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I mean, it's in your head that lasers are green and red, right? And that's it. Quarter of them down. Painting Sun is getting his first taste of trick or treat this year tonight. So his school is doing something that I think maybe a majority of Americans know what this is, but I don't know if people outside the U.S. know what this is. But they're doing a trunk or treat. It's essentially trick or treat, but instead of going house to house, if you're in like a parking lot, you go, car to car, and people decorate their trunks with like Halloween themed things and give out candy as you go around your trunks. But it's his elementary school that's holding it. Instead of having like people inside the building or walking like classroom to classroom, they're just doing a trunk or treat. I think those got really popular around COVID times, so yeah, they're doing their trunk or treat tonight, but yeah, there's like actual beggars night and stuff is next week. Got a bunch of calls to make with like work or non-work. Oh, beggars night. Why are you quoting me on that? Just a bunch of personal calls. Okay. I was gone for Halloween. Enough stuff to completely make a haunted house, but no one comes here anyway. Ah, that's too bad. We don't decorate a lot for Halloween. Yeah, Zen, you missed a lot of fun. I did show off the terrain I had magnetized. That was exciting. I'll show it to you if you want to see it. So after stream, I'm going to go get my coffee, and then I'm going to mess around with, take some pictures, terrain all put together and everything. I think that's what I'll do. You're on the fence about getting demonettes. Yep. Dunder Snuff is going to talk about how everybody convinced her to buy demonettes to paint, when really she's the only one that's been posting, and she's just like working herself up to start buying demonettes. Don't get me wrong, I think it would be cool, but cigarette bombs. Use the Florida inspiration on your demonettes. All right. So, normal stairwell piece. Just 4x2 magnets is all. I just drilled them in, and then the walls I magnetize, so then they just pop right on like that. That's all. Yeah, so I'll get all painted up, and then, you know, I can disassemble and reassemble everything, so it should pack up pretty nicely. Yeah, and since they're all the same, they should be able to just... I know some of these are slightly longer. Like, these pieces aren't even. I think this is like a long and a short side. Which it's like a 1/2 inch difference, I think. But, yeah, I'll line it up to go with... I think it'll end up being this way. This one will go here. But it'll line up with the bases that are slightly longer on one side than the other. So... But looking at these pieces, I should have just done these all longs. That's right. But yeah, that's the terrain. If it wasn't so cold, I'd be a lot more willing to go spray paint everything. The plates are glued in, yeah. There was no point in not gluing those plates in, so I just went ahead and did it. Yeah. Yeah, the middle one's the only one that's relevant. And since I have, like the plate and then the fountain, obviously that one won't get glued in. And there's nothing to glue that one to because it's all, it just rests in the middle. Yeah, the fountain's really cool. I'm excited to mess with that and paint that up. Put some trees around it. That. I do think that fountain alone will help this board fill out, or help the terrain set fill out like a 6x4 board. See if it's enough. Yep, just neutral gray. Going over the inner joint area, or whatever this stuff is called. Hey, MechTech, what's going on? How are you doing today? You're okay? Alright. Got any cool hobby stuff you've been working on? Trench Crusade? Nice. I saw the new minis coming out for it. The plastic Prussians. It's a smart move on the company's I don't know. Smart move for them to making plastic minis. I feel like they got established, and they got goodwill from people. It's 3D printed. They got their setting out. People are familiar with it, and now they start like selling the products and going in. And Archon Studios makes incredible looking plastics, so that is definitely a good company for them to use. Yeah, I appreciate their reasoning too, where they're like, people play at local game stores, but there's nothing for them to buy at local game stores, so it's like, let's get a way to support game stores while we're using them. A few more to do with this color. Just realized I totally missed things here. Lots of very missable details on these minis. Right. Figure out what I'm going to take on vacation to paint at the beach. Nice. Biggest mini you have. That's what you take with you. Yep, just the Warbringer Titan. Three more here, and we'll move on to our next color. Thank Incarn. Okay, nice. It's crazy mini. Parts and finishes someday, which was printed with newer resins, yeah. Two of the notices broke off just sitting on the floor. Oh yeah, but still, yeah, older resins are a lot more brittle, aren't they? Yeah, I was reading randomly. I was looking up Battle of Prospero information, and there have been 4 battles on Prospero. And so I was reading about them, and the first one is like the Space Wolves attacking. Second one were like Death Guard and White Scars fighting on Prospero, and then third one, I don't know, it was like a couple thousand years later, and there's like not much information about it. And the fourth one is Thousand Suns and Space Wolves again, but it's in like the 41st or 42nd millennium or whatever. I was reading this, and I had the biggest like what? Like that's not real kind of reaction to it. And it was really funny because it's like they're all fighting on the planet, and Magnus is like doing some ritual, and he needs like a scroll to read to finish the ritual. And he's brought the scroll by Lucas the Trickster. And I don't know if Lucas the Trickster was disguised as somebody else or not. I'm not quite sure. But Lucas the Trickster brings him not the right scroll. And he reads it and then explodes. And I'm just thinking, like, there's no way like someone wrote this lore and they're like, yeah. No, it was Lucas the Trickster. Just decided that he was gonna pull a hilarious prank on Magnus, and Magnus like I didn't recognize him. He was disguised as something. I don't know, but and he's like, here, read this, like while like trying to stifle a laugh. And Magnus like, okay, like thank you, my son, or whatever, and then like start to read again, and like it's like Acme Roadrunner sketch where he just like explodes, and the Roadrunner just he's like wearing a fake mustache. It's wild. Ugh. I mean, I gotta find this. I gotta find this here. Okay, Battle for Prospero. This is Lexicanium. Okay, here is the statement. You guys ready for this statement? The wolves were only able to escape thanks to Lucas the Trickster, who delayed Magnus by offering him his spell of unlocking, needed to unlock the portal network for his demonic army. And however, the spell was a useless piece of paper. And as Magnus howled in fury, Lucas and the final escapees under Arjak Rockfist managed to leave the portal. So he gives him a napkin, and Magnus is like, oh, thank you, like this is what I need to, thank you, Lucas the Trickster, this is what I need, Space Wolf, to unlock my demon army from the portal. And it's just like a blank piece of paper. And then while Magnus is literally just screaming in anger, Lucas like runs away. And that's the best they got. just seething right there and allowing an entire army to escape. Yeah, it's so weird. I read that, I was like, no way. There's no way that's like how it happens. Can you imagine a Space Wolf coming up to Magnus, and Magnus is like about to finish his ritual, and Lucas comes up to him. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "I have this scroll that you need to unlock the portal." And Magnus is like, "That's weird. Like, why would a Space Wolf be coming up to me to unlock the portal? What's your name, Space Wolf?" And the Space Wolf is like, "My name's Lucas the Trickster." And he's like, "Oh wow, that's a really cool name. Okay, well thanks for the scroll. It's apparently the one MacGuffin I need to open a portal." And then he reads it and it's a trick. And he's like, "Man, I shouldn't have fell for this." Like, his name was Lucas the Trickster. And then while like Lucas is like running away. That's absurd. Yeah, does that mean anything? He's like, no, it's just a name. Forget about it. Alright. That wasquy wabbit. Yeah, exactly. I think it's funny, like, while Magnus is wailing, they all escape. Like, the whole army just escapes. Like, they were on the ropes. And Arjak is like, "We need a distraction," and Lucas is like, "I got this." And he goes and just, like, on a napkin or like a parchment real quick, he like he just like writes in like scroll of opening the portal and like gives it to Magnus. Yeah, Animal House. Yeah, it says OU and it cuts to a sitcom ending where it just like pauses and like freeze frame and starts playing the Full House theme song. Clearly it wasn't the Magnus. Yeah, the laugh track and then theme music. So I mixed some faded green with some yellow green, both Pro Acryl colors. We're gonna work on his little like green tassel things. This guy in particular, because he's got a whole tabard here. His face, he stands there with black all over his face and his burnt brown hair. Yep. Blinks twice. Coughs smoke out. This is why people should hate the Space Wolves, though, because they get writing like this. Written by someone who drinks like a space wolf. Yeah, the second edition Wolfguard, yeah. Yeah, just being completely broken. But streamer Space Wolves killed 2 legions by themselves. Yeah, Fire Smith. It's because they have wet growls. You guys ever read Space Wolves in the books? They always growl very, very wetly. Moist growls. Yeah, Kratos should have bodied the Space Wolves, yeah. But Logan Grimnar moves faster than you can perceive in Terminator armor. Stop hurting my ears. Why'd you choose such violence? They do. Every book with Space Wolves, they talk about how they have some kind of wet growl, and it's gross. You know, like I don't want to hear about that either. One guy at GW in charge of Thousand Suns, he just gets bullied. Yeah. Well, he's doing the laughing now with the 3rd edition rules, so he's plotted his revenge. Was it a leopard wet growl? They keep using these phrases for Space Wolves. And the sounds they make. Did Space Marine 2 through the campaign and uninstall. You didn't like it? I like Space Marine 2 a lot. I have a hard time getting into shooters anyway. And like the multiplayer focus is also something that doesn't appeal to me as much. But I understand that's much more of a me thing. I think the game is fun though. Didn't like the parry mechanics. That's why you just don't parry, you just keep hitting things. That's what I did. I made it through the campaign. The game starts after the campaign, yeah. But if you don't like the mechanics of the game, you're not going to like the game, though. It's a campaign, yeah. You. It's a weekend on my own. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I might be working on some terrain tomorrow, but this weekend I'll be getting minis prepped. I want to do a giveaway next week. So I think that's what we'll do next week. Should be a good time. Surprised our bolt gun. Yeah, I never cared for like Doom anyways. Like bolt gun was never my jam. Saying we'll ever reinstall it. Just got a lot of stuff to play. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the single missions, the PvE missions in Space Marine 2 aren't nearly as fun if you're playing on your own. But if you don't like multiplayer, then you're kind of out of luck, right? No, I never cared for Doom. Any of them? Just never appealed to me. I see some Thousand Suns. Doing things in the main campaign. Yeah, it was cool. One thing that is nice, if you liked the story of the campaign, the single player like PvE missions, they're like the other half of the campaign. So there's all these instances in the campaign, if you remember the story, where there's Titus and the two guys with him, and there's always like a thing where they're like, yeah, I'll have this squad go deal with this while you're dealing with this, and they keep doing that through the campaign. Well, the single player or the PvE missions you do after like you finish the campaign and stuff, those are you doing the other side of it. So you're doing all those missions and you're talking with like Lieutenant Titus through the whole thing, and yeah, and you're doing all that. So you're doing all those like little missions that he talks about, and he's talking over the communicator when someone's like, hey, we're doing this, Titus, or whatever, and he's like giving instructions. Like that's what you're doing. So you do fight lots of Thousand Suns and Tyranids. You mentioned the Rubers are dust. If they had, it would have helped understand why they appear to just be shells. I mean, I don't mind them not like verbally explaining everything in the game. I think that's okay. Years at this point, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't mind the less is more approach to the lore of a game. I think even if the lore is not old, like when Halo was first coming out, you know, Halo did a great job of like showing the universe, and I think that's one of the reasons people enjoyed that setting so much. It's because, you know, like you would find things out and you know, you'd be told things, but for the most part it was just crazy things that you would see. It's like spoiling The Hobbit. Yeah. Make a Helldrake with Emperor's Children, so I can finish that too. Oh, that's cool, yeah. Got a Decimator. Use it in 30k. That's doable, right? Isn't the Decimator in 30k? I think it shows up somewhere. Looted Death Dread. What's up, in the NPC war game? How you doing? Got Machines Omnibus reading it, the Imperator story. Oh, that's cool. They have Helldrakes in the lore. They're using them. That's really neat. Out of the game specifically made for. Tossed into 30k. Yep. Gasp. GW not respecting their own lore. You got GW'd, yeah. Rocking any Shattered Legions in third? No, I don't have any other legions to do Shattered Legions, but the rules are cool though. I like the rules. They're not just like a tangled mess that they were in second. And normally I like more complex rules, but I don't mind this because it's very much like a mix and match, which is really cool. Like you really get to just like choose whatever rules you want out of the whole thing. And it's not dependent on like counting models in a squad every phase or after every attack or whatever to determine which rules you get and all that. It's just you just get the rules, and you can bring legion special units, so that's cool. Yes, Shattered Legions as of today have rules for 3rd edition. Yeah, that's running multiple legions. Is there army every Forge World yet? That was a real GW. Yeah, GW hates Xenos though. At least Eldar got new units throughout the editions, unlike their cousins getting nothing. Yeah, Shattered Legions, essentially their rule is you pick, so every legion is on the list, so all 18 legions have a rule, and you pick 2 or 3 legions, and your entire army gets those 2 or 3 rules. And if you only pick 2, then there is a generic Shattered Legion rule that you can get as well, which it's just, I think it increases your leadership stats every turn. That's basically what it does. But so you get like a generic rule if you only pick 2 legions. But if you pick 3, you get all 3 of the legion rules that you picked. Forge World making all the new units for a few armies for decades, yeah. They were, weren't they? Yeah. Forge World was doing a lot of the heavy lifting for a lot of stuff. Guard tanks that move to Legends. It hurts to look at the shelf. Do play Heresy. Don't look at Legends. Play Heresy. Heresy has templates and armor value. Yes, you could pick Thousand Suns, Imperial Fists, and White Scars. Yes, you absolutely can. Yep, any 3 legions. And they tell you, like, there's no limits on what legions fight together. Just come up with a cool reason why they're fighting together. That's all. That's like their thing with it. which I think is fair. I see when I look at Stormcast minis. Yeah, just GW just removing all your minis. Would that be a super bolter on a bike with a shield? Maybe. 1 second. Okay, so Light Scars, setup move, or if you rush, you add +1 to your initiative. So it's essentially a +1 to your setup move or your rush moves, so like advancing. So you're a little faster. Imperial Fist, devastating volleys, their rule. When you make volley attacks, you can use a bolter as if it has the assault trait. So tactical marines making volleys when you charge in or are charged, it's really good. That's a really good rule. Thousand Suns, 100 Illusions. Okay, so if you're beaten in combat and you fall back, the enemy can't pursue you. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. The 3 Ultramarines, yeah. Ultramarines rule is really good, actually. Their Shattered Legions rule. If the enemy's doing a return fire back at you, normally a return fire reaction that an enemy does is just full ballistic skill and everything, but the Ultramarines rule is if an enemy does a return fire at any of your units, they have to snap fire. So, makes them way less effective. It's really good. Yeah, I think unironically, some fun. There's a lot of good like melee combos because of just because like Blood Angels and Night Lords and all these melee factions are really good. But I think a fun combination could be Ultramarines, Imperial Fist, and Thousand Suns. So you're basically taking a bunch of bolters. You have better bolters, the enemy's worse at shooting against you. And if they charge you, you're better at the volley attack step, so you're putting out more damage. And then if you lose, you might inevitably lose the combat, but you basically just get out of the combat at that point, and you get to shoot the enemy again. They can't pursue. So that's like the one use I see with the Thousand Suns one. Otherwise, I don't think the Thousand Suns trait is very good. Yep, Ultramarines, Imperial Fist, and Thousand Suns. I don't think it's the best combo by any means, but it sounds like fun. Bashing Shattered Legion, mixing vibes, 3 legions. Yep. Yeah, you could definitely do some crazy stuff like that. Yeah, the fact you can take Legion special units is really cool. It's worthless for Thousand Suns because their units are never good in other settings because the Rite of War for Thousand Suns gives them +1 willpower, which makes their powers usable. And then you actually don't get to choose any powers for the unique Thousand Suns units. I guess it would be fine to take like Kinatai Blades or something, but alright, we're gonna finish this guy here. I think we're gonna find somebody to raid. say I'll be on tomorrow. I think Zen might be joining us, so come and hang out. I think he might try to do unboxing of some Gundam cards. If you guys are interested in that card game, so he's getting some early. He's going to be doing that, but yeah, if that's something that's interesting to you guys, it'll be fun. Thanks for the follow, Fire Smoke.
Thank you for allowing.
But yeah, I should be on about 11, and yeah, I'll either be working on these or we'll be painting some terrain together or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. But let's find a channel to raid. He's got to show you the cards you can't buy. Yeah.
NBA 2.
Ads. All right. Who are we going to read? Can people not be cringe on here? Is that possible? I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. Is he gonna unbox the Divorced Dads combo pack? Great. Okay. We are going to raid the one and only Brush for Hire. So, thank you guys. Thanks for coming to hang out. You guys have a wonderful day. Like I said, I'll be on around 11 tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be chilling, we'll be painting, hobbying, doing something, but it'll be a fun Friday. But you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, YouTube.